You should be able to hear me now. Hopefully. And it should be showing the game now. Also, hopefully. You should be able to hear it as well. Hear and see a man, and I love it all. Aw, thank you, Poppy. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are just getting the last few things set up. Streamlabs, for whatever reason, decided to disable all audio output, and I had to go and manually re-enable it, but it wouldn't let me re-enable it until after I restarted Streamlabs. It does this once in a blue moon. I'm assuming it's all tied to the wonderful chaos that was yesterday's Stardew Valley stream, where we had all the audio issues there. Wouldn't be a Tadafi stream if something didn't break at least one point. Anyway, but you can hear me good, and you can see everything now. We should be good. Turning down the volume on my end a little bit. So this is a joke I need to know now. Did you catch yesterday's stream? Or part of it? The co-op one with Tife? Yeah. Oh, I ran into a lot of issues. We had Discord, we had all of the failures there. I had audio issues at the beginning of that stream a little bit too that I sorted out. But there's probably at least, because I try to stream daily, so probably about 2 to 3 of my streams run into technical difficulties. Also, how is my resolution for you guys? Game, I can fix that. Is that better? I can adjust sound settings all day when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay. No, it just wouldn't be a Tadafi stream if I didn't get into some, little minor issue. Because I only have one monitor, so things love to break on me. And it's usually just Streamlabs that breaks. You can see the whole screen. I mean, is it blurry? Someone mentioned that on yesterday's stream, and I was just trying to figure out where it was. The resolution that they were seeing was so blurry they couldn't even read the text. It looks like Skyrim? That's what I wanted to hear. I know my webcam's not the best. That's just because I have a little onboard computer webcam right now. So. Cool. Anyway, I wanted to return to this. Max, if you are still here, thank you so much for the biddies. I was thanking you so much, but none of my audio was working. You were a wonderful person. I asked what you were doing this late. But shout out to you again. I hope you're still here so that I can give that little bit of shout out and love to you. Because I really appreciate it. Max is my wonderful sister, for everyone who doesn't know. So I gotta give her the extra shout out for it. What are I doing on this late? I can ask you the same thing, Poppy. The answer is, I have decided that I want to stream every day, even if it's later than I would want. So, we're streaming right now. That's what it is. And I want to stream for at least 2 hours. It shouldn't affect my sleep schedule too terribly much. I should be okay for work tomorrow. I do gotta wake up at 7 a.m., but I can function just fine off 4 hours of sleep. I'm a weird person like that. So, we'll be going for at least 2 hours and just kind of seeing what it is. Streamlabs just emailed me about the stats from my little 7-minute tech issued stream from earlier today. You can do 4 hours? Yeah, you see, for me, I'm gonna hit continue and we're gonna launch into this. For me, 4 hours is probably it's less, but we're probably talking 4 to 6 is my average. I don't usually get more than 6 hours. So for me to be yeah, I'll just get 4 hours tonight, it's knowingly getting a little bit less sleep. It's part of the reason why I was willing to do the Tife co-op streams till 1. Anyway, here's my character. For those of you who didn't catch the previous Skyrim stream, this is actually character version 2. Character number 1, who was a Khajiit, I had gotten a little bit bored with, and I kind of came in and I'm going to be we're going to make a new character, But then I actually can't find the save files for character number 1 at all now. So character number 2 has become the only one, and I have no idea what happened to character number 1. So this is character number 2, and we are going kind of as the title suggests. I'm going for a conjuration build, but I'm going to do a sneaky conjuration build, and I want to do a sneaky archer conjuration build. Because everyone likes a sneaky archer build, and I said, how do I make this more complicated? And this is where we are. I am playing on, I think, expert difficulty. I normally play novice, because I just like to dink off and have fun and enjoy the story. I've kind of decided to make this a little bit of a challenge for myself, and we're keeping it at expert. Not anything higher than that, because if I do anything higher than that, we won't get anywhere. It'll just be like Tadafi battling Skeever for 6 hours, and that's the stream, as I can't beat a simple room. So we're keeping it on expert. That's a good point where there's enough of a challenge that it's a bit of a challenge for me, but at the same time, I can overcome it in a reasonable amount of time. And we are currently heading off to the college to get ourselves some education.
You there. We're looking for someone who's white.
Turn my heater on a little
bit. Pay good money for information.
Colder than expected right now.
A woman, a foreigner in these lands.
Also,
Redguard, like us.
Sorry if I'm talking over dialogue a little bit. I played Skyrim so much I tend to forget.
For any information regarding her location.
Especially for quests I don't care about, like this one. The questline in this one was really good, like the first couple times I've done it. But now they just annoy me. So, because I can't, like, they do that forced dialogue that you can technically skip out of, but they chase you down every time. So I wasn't paying too much attention there. If you want to hear the dialogue, just tell me to shut up, and I will. And I will let you hear the dialogue. Until someone tells me to do that, I'll probably talk over a lot of it for Skyrim. I don't for other games that I haven't played a lot, but this game's been out for 10 years, so I assume everyone who's watching it has played through it at some point. Anyway, I'm also talking a little bit fast today. I'm a little bit excited, so we'll kind of get through that. A lot happens today, a lot of chaos. My energy levels are all over the place.
Take a look.
Between the war and the return of the dragons, I wonder if we should not use
Is there anything I want to sell?
our trade elsewhere.
Nope. Looks like I've already sold all my junk.
Mayoro.
Do I have any money? I do have
Lead
money.
you
Do you have anything I
towards-
want to buy? That's the question I should be asking.
Take a look.
Oh, also, before I forget, I was going to mention this. I mentioned this a little bit in the Stardew Valley stream, but I don't think it necessarily got the full attention that it probably should have. One of the things that a lot of people may or may not have known about my streams is that I don't have a chair, or I didn't have a chair, I should say, because I officially have a chair, and it's a crappy wheelie office chair that, thanks to my new job, I was able to steal and bring home. And it's beautiful, and I love it. And it's so much better than sitting on an ottoman all day. So, I will take the chair with some semblance of back support any day. I'm gonna buy an extra one of those. I'm debating about whether we make this character a vampire or not. Probably will. But, always have that little bit of a debate there. Anyway, I don't think I asked. I got so excited about everything and kind of swept up into it. But how are you doing tonight, Poppy? If you're still chilling here? If we haven't scared you off? I think we might have scared Poppy off.
To do business with us again.
Oh, there we are. I'm just doing Stardew Valley because I can't get enough of that game. That is completely fair. I hadn't played it in so long until doing the co-op. And I was just like started playing last night and I'm like, I forgot how much I enjoyed that game. I really did forget how much I enjoyed that game. Like it was genuinely one of the better games that's been made. I should have probably just taken the carriage, that's the quickest way. The question is, do you play it for the speed running and money making, or do you play it for the storyline and casual laid backness? Because I found like those are the two ways people play it.
Where do you want to go? climb and back, and we'll be off.
Because I do all story and slow focused burn and don't both, I guess. I went to the community center and stuff. Yeah, like I just muddle my way through things. Like until I eventually get bored and start trying to hammer out the community center, I just muddle my way slowly through it. Yeah, and I usually focus on villagers pretty early on.
My job is to serve the Jarl.
Gotta get me my love interest, man. They got some
You'd
good
have me do
candidates
what?
in there.
Join the college and prance about casting spells all day?
Don't just walk away from me.
The Greybeards have summoned the Dragonborn to High Rock.
Like,
Such a thing is
I don't know. Personally, for me, I tend to either go towards...
Cross the bridge at your own peril.
Is it
The way is
Leah's
dangerous,
the
and
school
the gate
teacher?
will not open.
Or
You
Penny?
shall not
Penny,
gain entry.
the school teacher. Leah's pretty okay. Abigail's pretty okay. And then you also got like Sebastian. I love Sebastian. I'll go for him sometimes. They all got good stories. Leah doesn't like ice cream. That's fair. Like I wouldn't judge someone who doesn't like ice cream, especially if they're lactose intolerant. But
Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here
Penny's
do
good.
so
I
because
liked
they have
Penny's
heard of the
story.
college
You
before.
judge.
This is the College of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages and perhaps. But what is it you expect to find within?
Judge. I want to do this. I want to unravel the mysteries.
Ah, the immortal plane. It is said to be the source of all magic.
Well, hello,
This is a noble
Banana.
goal,
Are you
indeed.
judging Poppy for
It
judging
would seem that the college
Leah
has
for
what you seek.
not
The
liking ice
question
cream?
now is, what can you offer the college?
Yes, good.
Not just anyone
think-
is allowed inside.
So the two playthroughs
Those
that I've
wishing to
done the
enter must show
most
some degree of
into.
skill with magic.
Well, there's three playthroughs I've done a
A
lot
small
into.
test, if you will.
One, I married. The first one, I married Penny. After a while of debate, kind of like did the whole courtship process for Penny. I've done a couple where I've dated them, but I've married Penny once. That was pretty good. Gets back into the blanket. Blankets are nice. And then the second time I played, I went for Sebastian. He's a really good husband. I kind of like Sebastian. There's like a lot of dialogue. I have this whole like I have to fit the headcanon of would this character reasonably be in my farm? And then the third co-op I played, I ended up marrying my wife because you can do that in co-op. Yeah, but Sebastian's so good. Just it's
Excellent.
my only thing
The
with
mage
Sebastian
light
is I
spell
feel like
is
he's a
useful to
little
any mage, not just
like he wouldn't
those
necessarily be the
specializing in
happiest on the
alteration.
farm,
Can you
but he's a
cast
really
one
good
seal on the
spouse. Like he's
ground?
just a good character and a good guy. But like that's like the whole thing is it's like if he's just a coder working in a farm, like I would love to be that. So like for me, I'm like yeah, I would be happy there. But he kind of has that vibes like I want to be in the big city vibes. A little bit.
I look
I
forward.
think they address it a little bit in his story though, so it's okay. Anyway, you were able to fix your little mishap.
The college is an asset.
And I'm also
to
glad
Skyrim,
that you were able to
even
fix
if
your
it
little
goes
mishap,
unnoticed
whatever that
or
was,
unappreciated.
Poppy. It's always good to hear. Oh. Ah. The opposite of Stardew
No
Valley?
matter what, the college will endure.
What would be the what was I supposed to cast here? I got distracted. What is the opposite of Stardew Valley? What would that even mean? Donation charity done by any adventure goes and charged way too much on my credit card. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's true. That's always frustrating, Banana. Because I saw Dan go live. So you got like me. I know there's at least Dan still live. There's quite a few of us on right now. I just like to stream at the same time other good streamers like to stream. That's the problem. Yeah, Cuddly Cat Dad, Ghost Techie, Dorito Man Dan. Lots of people live right now. Anyway, I heard that it was going to be like working in the city or something like that. Oh! Opposite in that way. Okay. Dan, Cuddly, Daffy, Chimera, and helping out an affiliate with View Count. Aww. Always like to help out an affiliate with View Count. This is what I always like to tell people too. Like, I always appreciate when you're here. I'm just here for the fun times, though. I'm not offended if you want to go watch another streamer. Go enjoy it. Go share the love. There's a lot of good streamers out there. I'm streaming because I'd be playing this either way. You join in my chat and talk to me, you made my day. You know, I gotta talk to you. That's always great. If it's a 5-second hello, I appreciate it. Even if you don't say anything, you just give me a little bit of a lurk or you just move on. That's just fantastic. I'm just happy you enjoy yourself. That's what I want. I want you to be happy. We're getting lots of hand gestures. My boss is rubbing off on me. I've been in Boston too long. Everyone does hand gestures out here.
Winterhold's glory days may lie
Not even in
behind
Boston.
us, but the college
Just
is-
the greater Boston area, which is a fairly decent chunk of Massachusetts. Oh, I gotta cast Mage Light before you let me go in this way. I get excited because I got friends in the stream I like to talk to. Anyway.
The college is an asset to Skyrim.
There's so many good people
As I
out
know-
there. Like all of the Luna Discord. It's like, throw a dart and you're gonna find a good streamer. Do I have Mage Light? I feel like I should have gotten Mage Light. That'd be like an alliteration spell. Right? Isn't it alliteration? Sword of Mana final boss is utter BS. Well, what's happening with that one? I should equip that and favor it.
Or unappreciated.
I'm not familiar enough with Sword of Mana to know, but I'm more than willing to take your word on it.
What could it mean? Return of Dragonborn?
I need... Oh, she teaches me, doesn't it? Don't she teach me? Do you teach me? I gotta, like, focus a little bit. I'm getting excited and just wandering around.
No matter what, the college... No? Well, if you think you're capable... Or you can try your luck with one of the court wizards around... Here
30
you are.
gold to learn the
Now
spell.
I'm anxious to see you cast it.
What Banana is planning to spend 50k points on to suggest a game.
Mirabelle does a
Fought a mage guy with 2 phases, then intense button mashing through text just to fight the final boss, which never misses. Ooh, that does sound not the funnest.
job as master wizard, I suppose. Still,
Oop, I did
well
it.
done indeed. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice.
Thank you.
I'll lead you across the bridge. Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
That does sound like a really intense fight. A flaming meteor at you? Yeah, it doesn't sound like a fun time, to be entirely honest. It sounds like it sounds like it would be a tricky fight. That's very much for sure. Oh. Do I gotta follow you? Does she open it or do I have to follow her? You'll get through with enough grinding? Well, that's any game. There's no game that you can't beat, you know? Even if you have to grind a good bit. Like, that's Dark Souls, that's Hades, that's any game. You throw yourself out enough times, you'll find a solution
I
eventually.
believe I've made myself rather clear.
Games aren't difficult, they just require
Yes,
different levels of patience.
I'm simply trying to understand the reasoning behind
We'll
it.
never have how Poppy to know
You
what
may
I'm
be
thinking.
used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment here. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
I still have to finish out all of my
Yes,
reward
of course.
badges.
The Archmage.
Right now, 2 of them are in
Very good.
Isopod, one of them's
Then we're done.
unfinished. There's just a massive chaos there right now. I got unexpectedly busy. I had like all the free time in the world and was slowly working through things. But I had all the free time in the world because I was unemployed, which wasn't a good thing. And now I finally got a new job. And it's a good job. But I don't have free time anymore. It's a weird thing.
Welcome to the college.
Like the struggle of life.
Another new student. I'm surprised at how many of you there... Well, first you'll need these. While you're not required to wear them, you may find them more to your liking than your I'll give you a brief tour, and then we'll get you to your first class. Wonderful. Please follow me. And
I've had
don't
that for
wander
5
off.
years, yeah. I've had a bit of an up and down when it comes to careers lately. I'll put it that way. Why do you give me destruction roads? I am a
It's been fixed in
conjuration
Skyrim
mage.
for
Do you
thousands
see
of
this?
years.
Do
The
you
prominent
see this,
feature is
Mirabelle?
the whole of the
That's a sword.
It's our primary
That's an astronaut.
In general.
What if this looks like destruction to
The
you?
Arcanium is located above the hall.
Anyway.
And the Archmage's quarters above that. While technically
I'm kind of
in
with you
charge
there,
of the
Poppy.
hall,
I don't plan on
the
doing that.
Archmage's
For me, it's just a
responsibility is
hobby,
often
and I
keeping
plan
the
on
op-
keeping it that way.
Thus, I run the
How do I
day-to-day
put it this way?
operations.
I
Now,
never
if
want
you'll
to
please
get to
follow
the
me,
point
I'll show you the living
where I am
quarters.
concerned about streaming for money. I stream because it's fun, and I want it to be fun. So I'll never, like, if it came to a point where I made enough income off streaming, I could do it as a full-time job. Yeah, I might consider doing it as a full-time job at that point. But I would never, I don't want to make that the goal out of risk of that, of becoming money-focused. I'm not a money-focused individual. I wish I could survive without money. But, yeah. That's kind of what it is. Like, if the opportunity
Unfortunately, we
fell
had to
into my
implement
lap,
more stringent entry
I'd be
procedures
happy,
due to
but-
some problems with the local Nords. We don't anticipate any real violence,
Anyway.
but would never.
I think everyone wishes they could live without money, to be honest. And if you don't, you're probably lying to yourself. Okay. Even good boots, at least. Better than foot wraps. Leave those on the ground.
Herds to be prepared.
Like, I wasn't enjoying streaming or being with the community. Oh, no, I don't think you sounded that way, either. I don't think you sounded like that way at all, to be honest. In the way that I read it, at least. I was just kind of saying, like, I wish that I could do, I wish that everyone in the world could do what they cared about and were passionate about and make a living off that. If that makes sense.
Our newest members
That's
are
kind of
housed
what I
here
mean.
in the hall of
And the fact is, it's just,
I'll
it's
ask
not
that you please keep your voice
possible.
down while inside, as
Not
others
in
may
today-
be working
not in
on
today's
research or
world.
delicate experiments.
I don't think it's not impossible. I do think it might happen eventually. I'm a fairly optimistic person. Or at least more that way. But this is what I want. Your passion's been drawing and trying to
Now
make
I'll
webcomics.
show you
That's
to
super
your
cool.
quarters. You're going to be sharing space with your fellow apprentices, who you'll
I
meet
certainly,
shortly.
I wish I could catch more
This
other
is very
streamers, to be
understandable.
honest. That's my thing.
This bed and desk
There's like
is
so
yours.
many great streamers, and I
Please
try to
try and be
catch them, and I'm
considerate of others.
busy all the time.
Now, let's go back to the Hall of the Elements, where most of the members gather for lectures and study sessions.
Like, I don't feel like streaming because I got no views or gaining anything. Like, yeah, that was my thing. I ended up, when I got affiliate, I kind of took a step back for a second. Because the push to affiliate, I'm really glad to have gotten affiliate, because I wanted things like the emotes and the channel points and all that fun stuff. But part of the reason why I took a break with everything hitting the fan was it started to be, I had kind of got into this mindset of, an affiliate does this, because you're constantly worried about, am I going to get the followers? Am I going to get that 3 view count? And it can kind of get to your head. The moment once I had gotten affiliate, I kind of took a break for a second, so that I could come back in, and it was like, we're going to stream. If I have 2 viewers the whole stream, it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter if I can play with that. But now, I'm affiliate. I'm going to be affiliate as long as I keep streaming. I can do whatever I want. If I get a sub or a bit, yeah, it's awesome. It means the world to me that someone would be willing to support me. But I don't want to ask for it. If people want to give it, half the time I'm like, why are you even giving me this? But anyway. I check the view count on occasion. Like, that's about it. I mostly check it when the chat's kind of dead. And I'll be like, do I have lurkers, or am I just talking to myself? And that's about it. If there's no one to talk to. If I'm talking to people, I don't care. Just for slow streams. Because part of the reason I stream is that I can talk to my chat. That's the fun part about it. So yeah. But yeah, now I'm just not stressed about it. Just be whatever it wants. Little numbers don't mean anything anymore. I have a friend who wants to
Initially, you'll be
do
learning from Tolfdir,
World of
one
Warcraft
our
stream
most
with me.
esteemed wizards.
A little bit of like the Shadowlands content, which I will do at some point. I like World of Warcraft, I'm new to it, but I've enjoyed it so far. and he wants to do like a little bit of Shadowlands content, whether it's like running Torghast or doing like daily quests, maybe a bit of story. I'm not sure what we'll do yet. And he was like, "But we gotta do Shadowlands, and we gotta do Shadowlands because you want people to view your channel. That's gonna be the clickable title." And I'm just like, no, I don't care if it's a clickable title. If we want to go play around in whatever gnome starting area for 2 hours and just shoot the breeze, that's fine with me. I kind of get that for World of Warcraft, to be honest. So the first time I played it was Legion, and I feel like Legion was a really strong expansion, and I got into it for a little bit, but I didn't have time to really commit to an MMO then, because MMOs are a big time commitment, or at least they can be, and Legion was kind of turning into that for me. And then they did Battle for Azeroth, which interested me, but it wasn't interesting enough to do a time commitment for it. So I just didn't play until my friend says, hey, look, they did a level crunch. You know, now it's really, really easy to get into the game. Shadowlands is coming out soon. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a try. I got a 1-month subscription to try out because I had a couple friends who wanted me to try it out. And with the level crunch, it finally felt like a manageable game again. Like, this is something that I can play and enjoy. And that kind of got me into it a lot, and I've played it a fair bit since then. And then Shadowlands came out, and I've really enjoyed the Shadowlands Shadowlands content. And even the post-game content for Shadowlands, I've enjoyed.
Welcome.
I can't say it's everyone's cup of tea, but if you're looking to get back into WoW, now is a decent time to do it. The level crunch made it more manageable, and Shadowlands content's been pretty good, in my opinion. Decent amount of story and decent amount of gameplay mechanics. I'm more of a story and community person, but the gameplay, from what I understand,
Sir, I
has been
think
fun.
we all understand that fairly well. We wouldn't be here if we couldn't control magic.
Anyway, that's my hot take on WoW currently.
You all certainly possess some inherent natural ability.
I get the feeling of having lost your drive for it.
What I'm talking about
My
is
MMO
control,
poison of choice
mastery
back
of
in the day was Lord of the Rings
Takes
Online,
years,
which
if
is still
not
kicking.
decades of
I think it's
practice and
somewhere.
study.
Someone's got it on life
What are we
support
waiting
still.
for? Let's get started.
But that game has
Please,
seriously
please.
changed
This is
from when
exactly
I
what
played
I'm
it
talking
consistently.
about. Eagerness must be tempered with caution, or else disaster.
And I
is
would
inevitable.
argue
But we've only just arrived.
dailies
here.
just make it
You've
feel like
no
a job
idea
after
what any
coming
of us
home
are
from a
capable
job.
of.
Yes, I agree. I
You've been quiet so far.
I
What do you think we should do?
I think what I enjoy about
Well, your classmates certainly seem to disagree with you.
what's the phrase for it?
Oh, don't listen to him. We can do it. Just give it a
The
chance.
daily quests
All right,
of
settle down. I
WoW
suppose we can try something practical.
are still
In
a bit of a
continuing with our
pain in the
theme of
butt,
safety, we'll
admittedly,
start with wards.
but they're a little better than
Wards
other
are
dailies I've had
protective
to do.
spells that block magic.
They give you rewards quick enough.
I'll teach you all a ward, and we'll see
Yeah,
if you
pet
can
battles are good.
successfully use it
I
to
found
block
the story to
spells,
be
all
good.
right?
What I find has been decent about the dailies, at least nowadays,
Would
is
you
it's
mind
like
helping me
a
with the
very
demonstration?
small grind
Are you at all familiar
in
with
Renown,
ward spells?
and then you get a bit of story, and then a small amount, like a little grind again of dailies, and then you get some story. And it kind of turns into this, well, I can do a couple little dailies real quick to get my Renown caught up. And it's been a very easy to keep up with system without the dailies feeling too bad. And I get good rewards and shiny bling blings that make the dopamine in my brain go brr, and we're happy. And oh, hi back to Dorito. I love that man. He is a great streamer. He's always welcome here.
That's all right. I can teach you a
He
very
had my
basic
most
ward,
chatted,
one
like
that's
my
enough
most
for the
chats
purposes
for
of
the
this
longest
lesson.
time during his finals week.
Now, if you'll just
He held the
stand
title of
right
most
over
chats
there,
in my stream
I'll
for a
cast
bit.
a
I got a
spell,
little
and
leaderboard
you
and I love
block
to
it with
check
the
it to
ward.
see what's going on
Here you go.
sometimes.
Over there, please, just opposite me.
Banana used to
Don't
hold
want
the
anyone else
emotes
in the way.
record, but I think Moth might have beaten you out
Now,
in terms of
cast
emote
the
spam.
ward spell and keep it up.
I gotta get equipped it.
Hold still. Excellent work.
Anyway.
Well, I think this is an
I check
excellent
right now,
start.
but I don't think
I'd
I
like you
can
all to
check while
continue
I'm streaming
practicing
without
with words,
breaking
please.
everything.
I think
Yep.
perhaps we're
Yeah, it's
ready to
gonna
begin
break anything.
exploring some of the various applications of magic throughout
I might have
history.
broken everything. Okay, we're good.
The college has undertaken a fascinating excavation
Hello,
in the
Coral
ruins
the
of
Sloth.
Sarthal nearby. It's an
I
excellent
don't think I
learning
recognize your
opportunity.
name.
I
I'm very
suggest we
terrible at
meet
names,
there
though,
in
so
a
if you've
few
been here
hours
before, I
and see what
apologize, but
awaits
welcome
us
to the stream.
inside.
How are you doing tonight?
That's all for now. Thank you.
Sorry if I'm talking over him. I've played a lot of Skyrim, so we're kind of just in like the speed run mode. I'm just trying to kind of play through, have something to do in the background, enjoy the game. Just a good little vanilla playthrough. Get some conjurations. I want to get conjure bow and do like a sneaky conjuration stealth art. And Neon Muffin Man. I don't recognize you either. Are you both new? An ending tag. You're my little PogChamp? Well, hello all of you. I appreciate you popping by. I don't know what's going on. That's your way of saying hi. Well, hello. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for the follow, Coral. Is Coral okay? I'm gonna say, because there's a couple of you, I'm probably gonna say Coral, Neon, and Ending. Is that okay?
You know, this is one of very few places where
You're good? That's good to hear.
in the schools of magic.
Yeah? That's good to hear. I'm doing pretty good. We're just playing a little bit of Skyrim. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight. Probably about a 2-hour one. Going probably about another hour and a half at this point. Can't feel your face, though? I'm sorry, is something wrong, or too cold or something like that in where you are? I mean, I normally associate not being able to feel your face with it being cold outside. Is there no one? Where's the conjuration trainer?
Let me give you a bit of advice. If you want to work on something that's not officially allowed, don't tell anyone you're doing. Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
The Bard's College is a really good quest line. In my opinion. I really enjoyed it, at least. It's not the best one in Skyrim, in my opinion, but it's a good one. So, Neon, I'm very, very picky about mods, so I'm not going to be making you a mod. And, I usually only have one mod in my chat at a time. It's just kind of just my wife who does most of my mod work at the time. They do feel a bit bottish, Banana. And I'm not sure. I think that might just be kind of new people coming into the chat. I don't think Coral is. Coral seems to be responsive. Not sure about Neon. That was just a little bit of a weird comment from Neon. I've seen weird comments before. People do those things. 5 messages were deleted by Neon Muffin. Yep. Muffin sus. This is why we got Link Blocker. Well, that's okay. Oh, he's been voted out. Is Neon actually a person? If he's actually a person, I can unban him. But... Banana. Neon is really a person. Okay, give me 1 second. I don't know what you're doing, Banana. Don't abuse this. Oh, is it Mount Moon? I don't know what it was. I should have checked what it was, but I'm just like, oh, I trust Banana enough. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to unban Neon. A little bit of weirdness is okay. I just saw the link and saw the wanna be famous part and just default went to delete them mode. Bum ba da bum bum. Okay. Neon's been unbanded. I was toying with Nightbots by saying Mount Period Moon. Oh. Well, I've given you permission to post links, so don't abuse it too much, Banana. I have a feeling you're going to immediately abuse it. And you're not ending, and I'd ask you to please refrain from saying that you're a moderator in my chat. I'm a little bit strict about that. Just because I don't want any kind of confusion to get there. At Coral the Sun. That's okay. It was just a little bit of a joke. I'm just gonna say it's one of those things I just asked to refrain from. I just don't want to cause any confusion. I don't like people pretending to be moderators in my chat. But hello, Max. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? I love you too, Max. Max is my beautiful, wonderful sister for everyone watching. Man, Muffin Man starts putting peanut butter on it. I mean, you do you, man. I like peanut butter. I don't like it that much, but you do you. I will just say that this is a, generally speaking, I'm a family-friendly streamer. Right now I'm working on the Mages College. And I'm not saying rubbing peanut butter is crossing a line. I'm just bringing that up right now just to prevent anything from getting a little too weird. This is a family-friendly stream. Like I am not familiar what PFP stands for. Profile picture. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. Looks like we're doing the Under Sarthal quest. Kind of doing a little bit of wandering. I'm mostly just paying attention to chat right now. Kind of half paying attention to what I'm doing quest-wise. I am making a bit of a... I'm kind of going with a sneaky archery build. But with conjuration set. So I'm trying to get bound bow. And then we'll try to get some enchantments. It's like a very... I just had this idea. Like this thought process of like... How cool would it be to build like an illusion conjuration mage who played like a sneaky stealth guy. And I'm playing on expert. Normally I just kind of play on novice and just play this game for the funs. But we're going on expert today. Figured it's enough of a challenge, but I'm not going to be stuck on anything too repetitively. Yeah, I don't have to carry a heavy bow. I just think it looked cool, mostly, to be honest. And thank you so much for cheering the bits, Max. Always appreciate it. Love me some little corgis. Yeah, I think illusion magic nowadays is really appreciated. When the game first came out, I feel like not a lot of people appreciated illusion. Because it's got a lot of potential. Normally, my normal go-to build is a Nightblade. So illusion and one-handed weapon. But I just thought, it's like, I kind of wanted to play an archer, but why don't we just combine conjuration, illusion, and archery and see what we get? I have not done the Dark Brotherhood yet. We did the quest through to killing the dragon, and then we did, basically I think it just went straight to Winterhold at that point, to be honest. So, like, killed the dragon, then went here. Just gotta wait for them. We'll probably do Dark Brotherhood at some point. Probably won't be this stream. Might be a later one. But...
And here we all are. Shall we step inside?
No. I have played countless hours of Skyrim. I have over 1,000 hours in Skyrim. So nothing in here is going to be a first playthrough for me. Also, because Max came into the stream for a little bit. How are you doing, Max? Sorry to jump around a little bit. I just want to make sure I'm talking to everyone. These mods I have were after I use the bathroom in the game. I have countries, but the flushes toilet wasted oblivion. Works like a charm. 10 out of 10 mod.
Good. All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
There we go.
I'm not so sure we should be...
As some of you may know, Sarthor was one of the earliest Nord settlements in Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears.
Oh, I'm just gonna do some wandering. When you've heard this quest so many times, you get a little bit bored, and then you just kind of want to poke around, see what you can find. See if we can break the game a little bit, accidentally. That's just what we're doing here. Also, sorry for the earlier ban if you're not a bot. Neon, I saw the famous quote, I just went into ban mode. Because you get so many of those as a streamer. I have not yet. I've done it in the past. I've done it many times, but I just haven't done it recently. No worries. Nope, I have not done it in this playthrough. I've done it definitely in the past, though.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
You heard wrong? That's no worries. That's no worries. I'm a bit of a mumbler sometimes, too. Yeah. You like to mumble rap? I don't mumble rap, so... Oh, that's for certain. I don't know if I have a favorite follower. I got a lot of good followers I enjoy. Moth pops in a lot. Moth's really good. We had earlier in, Banana's always good for the emotes. Poppy's a great person. Max, always love Max. She's my sister. Of course, and then this, my one mod's my wife. So, she does a good job, and obviously I love her. So, actually, to answer that, probably my wife. Oh, I meant in Skyrim. I thought you meant my stream followers. Oh, favorite follower in Skyrim would probably be Serena. Probably Serena. She's just more competent. Waifu is always best. Ow. Why are you blocking that, Streamlabs? 1 second. Oh, I'll allow it. It decided that it didn't like the word waifu.
You know,
Anyway.
there must be gold somewhere in here.
I find it hard to believe this excavation was approved.
Sometimes Streamlabs Twitch flag weird things, and I gotta like say that's no, but whatever. It does it. Automod be like that sometimes. Significant other is always best, whoever that may be.
Watch what you're doing.
You do you here. This is a inclusive stream. We love everyone, and you can love whoever you want. Love is love. Did I just accidentally grab an embalming tool? I watched some. I watched a lot more of it when I was a kid. Who do I need to talk to? Wants me to talk to someone. When I was younger, I got like a little bit into, back when I was in high school, I got into some, but that was like the time of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, the original airing. Just found out recently it's still apparently going. Death Note. That was kind of the anime that I watched in high school. That's kind of like what I got into it. Didn't get into it much more than that. But
Well, are there any questions?
there we go. Now I can find her now.
Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you?
But I watched some. I've been meaning to get into it a little bit more, but I just don't have a lot of time to.
Jazargo finds nothing but dust in these ruins.
I do not offhand. So this is a vanilla playthrough. So no mods, and I won't be adding any mods to this playthrough. Sky UI is a good mod. I have used it in the past. This will not be used for this playthrough.
Powerful wizard.
It's on Netflix. If it's on Netflix, I'll have to try to give it a look when I can. Like vanilla. Oh, it's a good flavor of ice cream.
I'll be amazed if we... What? I've only looked... Try and be careful, all right? Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. Until next time.
Maybe these rings worth having. I got pretty lucky with rings earlier. That ring of minor seeking, so I don't think any of these are going to be worth it for the health. So hold on to that. But this amulet might be worth it. Let's see. 3% versus 10% magicka. Honestly, I think the 10% magicka might just be better right now. This work rate, I gotta hit it with something else. Hello?
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
There we go.
How in the world did...
I have to talk to him first, otherwise it doesn't let me.
Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there somewhere you can use it?
Oh. Sometimes any spell works, but I think I have to equip it first. I'm gonna make me equip it first at least. Yeah, that is that resonance. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to use flame. I think that's the only one I have. I think sparks works too. Yeah. I think it's just any spell that's directed at it usually works. Bound sword back out. There we go. I thought you could do it with restoration too. I could be wrong, like any just targeted spell. But it's probably more any destruction that would make more sense, to be honest.
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
Especially because every race starts with a destruction spell to begin with.
I'm not sure what to expect here. Please be on your guard. All right then.
Hold range and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped.
From what I understand, when your torch burns out in this game, it just goes away.
As you had no way of knowing.
Breton.
Judgment will be
for this
passed
build,
on your actions to come,
because of the conjuration boost at the beginning, starting out with Conjure
ahead of you.
Familiar.
This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order
Also, Breton's lore is pretty interesting, because they're the half-elf,
alone
half-human
have the
race.
potential to prevent
And a lot of people
disaster.
know that. Not like, strictly speaking, like
Take
every
great
Breton has
care
an elf
know
and
that
human
the Order
parent.
is
Like,
watching.
the origins of Bretons is elf and human descendants. They're kind of the mix of the two, lineage-wise, ancestry-wise.
I swear I felt
So it's
something
kind of like
rather
one of the
strange
interesting
just
ones.
then.
Normally I play
What just
Khajiit.
happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more
Sneaky
about
boys.
what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very... And danger? The Psijics have no connection to these...
Are you still there, Max, or did you just
no one's seen
drop
any of
bits
their
and run
order
again?
in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins.
The cannibalism,
Now, please do be careful.
lore-wise, is
Who knows what
only
we're
the
going to
Wood
find.
Elves, the Bosmere, technically. And it's, actually not all of them, especially at the time of Skyrim. Yeah, no, that's like a legit thing. So, Wood Elves traditionally have basically it's called the Green Pact. And so what the Green Pact is that they basically agree to live a certain lifestyle where they aren't harming trees and they only eat meat. So they don't eat any vegetables. It's like the reverse vegetarian. It's like you're underwater. That's probably because of the spells. They can do that a little bit. Make it sound a little bit underwater, especially in the halls. You get those in this place, though. You're talking about like the echoey reverberation sounds. That's just the what's this called? Sarthal. Sarthal dungeons get those. It should clear up when I'm not in Sarthal. I don't know why then. It's kind of set to what it is, but
This is simply fascinating.
either way,
Prepared to defend yourself.
it just sound the same. There's not much I can do about that, unfortunately, at the moment. Because Twitch just captures, or Streamlabs, which is what I use for my OBS software, just captures it right off the thing.
This is simply
Anyway.
fascinating.
No, but the Green Pact Wood Elves, basically, one of the things, part of this Green Pact, and with only eating meat, is that if they kill anyone in combat, they have to eat the body. That's the honorable thing to do. So, yeah. Wood Elves that follow the old ways of the Green Pact are cannibals. and that is a 100% canonical thing. They can also get antlers, which is not addressed in anything outside of Elder Scrolls Online. And some of them can even shift forms into animals. There's a lot about lore that isn't addressed in games as much as it's like addressed through books and tidbits of stuff. So the lore is much more extensive than what you play at a very quick run through. Like Khajiit. The Khajiit have multiple forms, which is a little bit more common knowledge, but the only Elder Scrolls game, again, to take advantage of that is ESO, with the Elsewhere expansion. Oh, I don't remember which one I needed to do. Oh. Yeah, the Skyrim lore is pretty dang solid, to be honest. I'll put it in health for now, because I can't remember which one I needed to do next. I'm alternating between health and magicka. I don't really care too much about stamina right now. Conjuration can summon... That's useful-ish. I'm not going to use dual casting. This is actually what I was... Nope. This is what I was going for. And then Oblivion Binding. At 50. Makes it pretty darn decent weapon, to be honest. The thing about Bound Bow is that, strictly speaking stat-wise, it is, I think, stronger than any bow outside of the Dragonbone bow. Base stat-wise. Once you improve and can, like, improve through smithing, the other weapons technically get better. But at the base level... Oh, I stepped on a trap. But at the base level, it's better. Other than the Dragon Bow. Because it does the same damage as a Daedric bow, but it's got a much faster fire rate. Well, speaking of three of you joining the stream, I take it you all seem to know each other. It seems to be. Coming in together at the same time, and you're talking like old friends. How'd you find the stream? Just searching Skyrim and saw that I was on? I'm always curious how people find their way here. You're browsing Skyrim? Yeah? Okay. I will say Skyrim's not my main game that I stream, to be honest. I just play it from time to time. I'm a bit of a variety streamer. I kind of stream a little bit of anything, whatever strikes the mood. Stardew Valley, Dark Souls, Skyrim, Hades recently. Oh, that's a good question. Favorite game is probably... Probably Dark Souls, to be honest. So, Automod did block one there, Neon Muffin Man. I am going to leave that one blocked. I do try to keep the chat fairly family friendly. I don't mind cussing as much as anything else, as long as like it's reasonable. But that one's a little bit more than what I do allow in my chat. I am a family friendly streamer. So I'm going to leave that blocked. No worries though, just wanted to give you a heads up. I mean, you do you, no judging here, but... For the most part, I'm a family-friendly streamer. There's a couple streams that are a little bit more... Like, if I'm doing a co-op stream, I'll usually flag it as more of a mature stream. But I tend to do family-friendly and try to keep the stream chat that way. Basically, my kids like to watch my streams with my wife. So if it's a stream that I know that they would be watching, like this one would be, I just try to keep it family friendly. And you know, I'm also pretty, like, I'm pretty chill. Like, if you say something and you accidentally cross the line, I'm not going to be mad about it. Just be aware. Kind of keep that in mind. I try to say PG-13 is usually fine. But I'll always let you know. And if I feel like it was just an honest mistake, no harm done. Ones that turn more than one at once? Nope. It's just the ones. Okay. It's kind of listening for a little bit of an echo there to see what happened. And then bird again. So I'm a bit terrible when it comes... Basically, I'm not terribly old, but I'm basically an old man. I'm not entirely familiar with what that phrase means, Carol. You've used it a couple times. I'm a little bit curious what it is. Is it like some new hip term that I'm too old to get? Oh, and to redeem in a hydrate. I can definitely get to go for a little bit of hydrate. I always appreciate that. Otherwise, I'd probably forget to drink water. Oh! They got me at the kill. I don't even think I've saved recently, too. I always do that. I think I have more health than I do. It's like when weird things are said in chat. I think it's, TTV emotes, something like that. Okay! There we go. Water's good from washing peanut butter from your face? I suppose so. Oh, there's that stupid trap again. I hit it both times I was in here. We need healing and we need it fast. I'm out of magicka. This is embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. Okay. I'm not gonna be able to get that off. What do I got potion-wise? Yeah, we have a couple magicka. 2 of those should be enough to get a sword out. Should be enough to take down a drug. There we go. Should be able to get an Atronach up soon. Build up the rest. Oh, why? Oh, what link was it? What did it say was a link this time? Mr. Daffy. Streamlabs, that wasn't a link. He said, are you... I'm assuming this is referencing to SpongeBob's Are You Feeling It, Mr. Krabs? It said, are you feeling it, Mr. Daffy? But it thought that that was a link. Or, yeah. Neon is giving us our healthy dose of weird quotes in the chat today. And as long as he does his best to keep it mostly family friendly, I'm okay with that. I like a little bit of weird. I was in band for far too long as a kid to not be a little weird myself. Time to time. Might not seem it, but yeah, you need a good amount of spice in each stream. Yeah, we all know how band was in middle school. Exactly. Band was always an adventure. Never knew what to expect. Never knew when the tuba player would... Story time. No one got banned. We're just talking about band classes. What's got your leg stuck in a banjo? we were at we were like on a band trip. I think it was for a marching band competition, and our tuba player had a back injury, and so he was just taking some like fairly standard prescription pain pills. But he took some standard prescription pain pills, pretty high dose ones, and then downed like 3 cups of coffee, and he had like a weird interaction and just lost it. And I had to sit there with this guy as he basically just licked a telephone all night. So band kids, like, you get used to some weird stuff in band class. So that's one of my weirder band stories. I mean, like, everything else is pretty tame. Like, just like dumb stuff like fitting a kid in the tuba case and seeing how far we could carry him, or like the one time a kid got stuck in the ceiling because he climbed up there but then couldn't quite figure out how to get back down to the percussion cabinets. Just like standard antics. Hiding spoons around the classroom because it was fun. But the tuba story is probably most certainly my oddest one. He was a decent kid too. Like, it was just like a really weird combination that night. I once had 15 cups of coffee and proceeded to roll around on the ground while whispering to a peanut butter jar. You seem to really like peanut butter there, Neon. Oh, I went to a very affluent, well-established high school where nothing like that would have ever happened. I am not a rich man, never been a rich man, but I went to a high school with a bunch of rich people. So it was pretty darn tame. Still, though, the band class is the one that pushed it the most. Oh, I died. This is why he saved. And I actually saved this time. Are you sure you don't have a minor allergy to peanut butter, rubbing it on your face and not being able to feel it? I'm pretty sure that's a sign of anaphylactic shock. You figured it out? Hopefully. He's actually deathly allergic to peanut butter. Yeah, probably not the best to eat it then. I find that eating things that you're deathly allergic to and rubbing them all over your face is not a good idea. What did I accidentally just drink? I think I just accidentally drank a health potion. Which is not helpful in this moment. You can call me Daffy Duck if you want. You can call me Tada is what most people probably call me. T-A-D-A, Tada. But Daffy, Daffy Duck, Taffy, I've had them all. I don't usually care. I'll usually figure out you're talking to me sooner or later. My real name's Taylor, so you'll hear me called that too sometimes. Because I'm not secret about my real name, it's just Taylor. Super boring Taylor. You share peanut butter. That sounds like that'd be a good honor. Although if you're deathly allergic to it, it might be more beneficial for you to share it with me than otherwise. I don't know if you sound to be the most trustworthy person around your own peanut butter if you're allergic to it. Just reading your past view. Oh, it's a potion. Oh, it's 2 potions. New favorite broken pot. This one right here. What do we got? This looks like a trap. PB&J with barbecue chips in it? I have not but I actually think that sounds good. I don't eat it. I read online that it's good for the skin. It makes me feel majestic. Oh. It sounds like it'd be good because it's like a salty sweet combination there. Like barbecue, like it just adds a little bit of texture and crunch. One of my favorite things to do, oh, stupid runes. One of my favorite things to do is you do toast or like an English muffin. But you gotta have it toasted so it's kind of crispy. And then you put peanut butter and jelly on it like you're making a PB&J. And then you put fried egg, like a well-seasoned, salt-peppered, etc. fried egg or scrambled egg, whatever you prefer. And you put that on there and it's a wonderful breakfast sandwich. That's kind of like my go-to quick breakfast sandwich. Tastes really good. He's laughing in every time you don't. He becomes more annoying. Oh, that's okay. Oh, this is the one. Is that the 4? Which one of these is the 4? It is really good, and it's something that... Okay, this is the one. This one first. Oh, it was on the right one. Dang it. It is definitely one of my favorite sandwiches for a reason. This one first, then. Then we can get this one put on the right one. What's the best type of butter? Oh, that's a good question. If we're referring strictly to like... See, this is what I like about... You know, random weird questions like that. I like a random. What's my favorite type of butter? You know, like, if I'm going to take this one, strictly speaking, if it comes to nut butters, peanut butter's the best. That's how I feel. Like, an almond butter's okay. Like a good... it doesn't matter if it's creamy, it doesn't matter if it's chunky. They're both good peanut butters. I love both of them equally. But, like, at the same time, if we're talking only butters... I have to give it to just butter because it's the most versatile. You can put butter in like any dish and it works really well. But I feel like that's why you call it peanut butter, because you're comparing it to the most versatile thing in the world and it's the best use of peanuts. You put butter on your butter? I eat way too much butter for a healthy human person. Stupid darts. Anyway. Buttercream. Buttercream is really good too. My wife makes like buttercream frosting. My wife can make an okay buttercream frosting, but my favorite, which is not buttercream frosting, is she makes cream cheese frosting. Homemade, and that stuff is just the legit best. I talk about my wife quite a bit on these streams, by the way. You're new here, you're gonna get used to it. I love her dearly. She's my best mod. My only mod, but I love her. She's up by the streams. She does a lot of good things. And then, because y'all are new here too, because a lot of people, this is a bit of a unique situation. I currently live outside. I moved across the country for work opportunities, so I'm currently in Massachusetts, and my wife's still back in Utah. So we currently don't live together. She's with my kids in Utah. But you'll see her in Twitch stream chats and Discords and everything. But I just like to bring that up sometimes. People are like, well, why don't you say hi to your wife? My wife's not physically where I am right now. She's even in a different time zone than me. If I didn't use peanut butter anymore, what type of butter would you recommend? Butter itself? Yeah, probably butter itself. There isn't actually a lot of dishes like you can use normal butter to substitute for a lot of peanut butter on things. Butter and jam? Yeah, delicious. Butter on toast? Yeah, that's the thing itself. You can even like make a peanut sauce. Butter tastes like gasoline. I've never heard that before. Actually, I just remembered Joe told me about your stream. Joe. I know a couple Joes. I know a couple Joes. I'm trying to think. Which Joe was this? Oh, I'm gonna die. You're Joe Exotic. Oh, that's a character. I remember when Joe Exotic was just an obscure guy before he became famous. Before like the whole documentary thing and COVID hit. I remember hearing about him and I'm like, this guy is crazy. Is the stream appropriate? Like a your mama joke it's probably fine. It depends. Just generally family friendly. It really depends on kind of like the context and the feel of the message. And again, I'll let you know if you cross anything. I'm headed out. It's about bedtime for me. I hope boyos don't stress you out. It's okay. They're good. Y'alls are good. I enjoy having you all. Bye. I hope you get a good night's rest. You know, hope it treats you well. You get the rest you need and that you can have a good day tomorrow. Bye, ending. And thank you so much for the follow too. Hope to see you again. You've been fun to have here. Just remember, whatever you gotta do, real life is more important than catching my streams, but you're always welcome back. Oh, all the hydrates, man. That's a triple. I want a fourth. I'm gonna have to. Oh. Thank you for the follow, Neon. I think I got all of those. There's another hydrate. I'm gonna run out of water. Okay. I hope you live a fulfilling life with bountiful peanut butter taffy duck. I do appreciate that. Also remember to summon your toilet. I do appreciate that. We are turning hydrate off for the rest of the stream. Just because I have just enough to finish this out. By my math, that should have been one for every hydrate, and I'm out of water. I'm not filling up another one in the stream. So we've turned it off for the rest of the stream. But I do appreciate it. This was full at the beginning of the stream. So I'm certainly going to have to pee before bed now. This was the stream for one of you. Thank you so much for the host, Coral. I do appreciate that. What should we do now? Let's put a point in speech. It never hurts to put a point in speech. Never hurts to put a point in speech in this game. Did you beat him without me? Oh, that's good. I do appreciate that. I'll have to give you a look after my stream. The way that I have my setup work, because I only have one monitor and I have to use the other on my phone, I'm not able to look at check up another person's stream for the most part while I'm actually streaming. But I do appreciate that. I'll have to give you a look after. And give you a follow. I always like myself some Skyrim. Ooh, I drank too much water too quickly. Oh, I had it at such a low point value. I'm like, this is gonna come back and haunt me someday. I know it. And it hadn't, and I'd gotten confident. So I'd stopped having as much water around me as I normally do. Oh. Carol, stop. Okay. I was doing something. What was I doing, 12 dear? Don't just stare at me. I need someone else to be my other brain cell. I only got the one and it's not working right now. Oh, I was checking out what items I got. That's what we were doing. That's what we were doing. Oh. That's a much better amulet. That's a much better amulet. Oh, and this is 60-point increase to Magicka right now, right? Right? So yeah, all I have to do is remember whatever this is. Perfect, I'm right on path. It's exactly what I want it to be, even split between health and stamina without mods.
What could this place be? I don't dare leave this unattended. Can you return to the college and inform Salazar of this discovery?
I'll definitely have to give you a look after the stream. I always love supporting a fellow streamer. Oh, what time is it? How long have I been going? I do have work in the morning, so I need to end the stream started a little bit later than intended. So I'm probably going to be keeping it pretty close to my normal 2-hour-ish limit. But let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I got at least another 30 minutes. I do stream daily for you newbies, or I try to at least. It's been a little bit hit or miss lately, but I do try to stream daily. I usually for about 2 hours at least. It does depend. Tuesdays I do a 4-hour stream. With a couple other people. Kind of bounce around. Weekends I'm much more prone to do longer streams. So, there's that. Don't really have a set streaming schedule yet. We're working on it. But I don't have a oh, sorry for the yawn. Completely set one yet. Where is it? You don't just kick me out here and not give me a very obvious lever to pull. There we are. Let's head back to the Winter's College, do this little questy bit, and then actually find ourselves a conjuration robe, because there should be a conjuration trainer there. What is my conjuration? It was 35. I still don't think it's high enough to get the whatchamacallits that I need. The conjure bow. I think I need to be to 50 to get that. Which also in hindsight was a very ambitious goal for this stream, knowing I was only going to be on for 2 hours. Granted, I also ran in circles at the college for like the first 15 to 20 minutes, so probably more on me than anything. Anyway, how are y'all doing? Whoever's still in my chat, how y'all doing? You doing good out there? Max has done 2 drive-by biddy donations, and I love her for it. But she didn't stick around long enough for me to say hi. She just shoots my biddies and then takes off. Pretty good. Still playing here. Well, that's good to hear. It seemed, yeah, those are some good people we had hopping in there for a little bit. It was like meeting new people. Always like a little bit of chaos brought to my stream. Took me a second to process if they were bots or not, but it was good. Good to see that you're still here, Poppy, though. It's getting late for you, too. We have started the on fest.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime.
I've started the on fest there.
Several, if you're talented.
They seem decent, yeah.
You are relatively new here,
yeah,
are you not?
I always get shy around new people too, so I feel that.
Then I am Savos Arin, Archmage of the College of Winterhold.
That's true, yeah.
I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here.
Of a call center rep,
But I do not and
where
will
it's
not
like you have
approve
to
of
try to be
any
friendly at
research or
first, so that's good
experiments
to have.
that
But I
cause
do get
purposeful
shy. I'll go a
harm to
little
your
bit
fellow
quiet when
members
I'm
of the
not on stream.
college. Are we clear?
So I do definitely get that. But they seem good. A little bit of chaos, but I'm used. I mean, my streams don't normally have too terrible much chaos, to be honest. But I'm used to chaos in other streams.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I thank you for bringing. Tolfdir normally looks after you, since he's a pet. Speak with.
I've heard
good
so
work.
much of this dialogue.
The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins,
Peanut butter is a
perhaps this will
fantastic
be
food.
helpful.
That is 100% sure. Yeah, I don't care about this. I am. So, as discussed, I am a father, and there is no better food than the ultimate dad food, the true dad food, peanut butter toast. I have never met a father who doesn't like a good piece of bread with some peanut butter on the top, except people who are allergic, which, you know, that's fine. People are allergic. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe you don't like peanut butter too, but this is something such like sitting at the kitchen at 3 a.m., toasting a slice of bread, to slap peanut butter on it. That's right up there with fatherhood, along with shorts and a barbecue. Like, cargo shorts and a barbecue. Like, it's just a dad thing. So yeah, it's like, I just like me some peanut butter toast.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge.
In fact,
it might as well be my own little plane of oblivion.
You got like a little crazy
Disrupt
camera
my
action there for a
Arcanium,
second. Where'd I put
and I
it?
will have you torn apart by angry Atronox.
I got peanut butter within reach of me.
Now, do you require assistance?
Ironically. I just realized that.
I know. Well, you don't even need to add. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want, you'll have to talk to Orthorn.
Before we go that way, oh, this stupid guy. I hate this guy.
You there.
Hi, yeah.
You're in
piss off.
Sarthol, yes? It has come to my attention that something was... I know Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns.
Anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't have taken you as the shy type, but I can kind of get it. I kind of get it, though. Because I'm kind of the same way. I'm also terrible when it comes to remembering names and faces. So, like, people will pop into my chat, and I'm like, I have no idea if you're a regular. Like, your name is slightly vaguely familiar, and you might have been watching this for years, and I just have no idea.
If you require assistance with, if you would, the summoning of undead is even less advisable outside the college.
You're definitely one of my regulars, Banana, whether you want to be or not. I think most of the time I'm too analytical about how people act in chat. A regular lurker. Okay, you can say regular lurker, I suppose. But you used to give me some emotes, too. I think... or why I'm not sure how to describe it. Wary? Yeah, like, I get that a little bit, too. Like... when those people, they first popped into chat, I didn't recognize them, and I wasn't sure what they were going for. And... it was that moment of, like... are you going to be... like, do I need to worry about this? Type deal. And it was like, hey, they seem alright now. They'd probably be fine to join the chat again. But it was just that moment of, I don't know what you're going to do. And you are definitely being a little bit chaotic. You aren't familiar to me. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. but you aren't one of my regulars. So I was just like trying to get a read for them before.
All right then.
Before I said anything.
There. So you wish to master the arcane
listen
arts?
pretty well. You know. Fortunately, I have a lot of experience dealing with people, so I've gotten to the point where, like, I don't mind basically going, yeah, no, don't say that on my chat. This is a family-friendly chat. That crossed the line. Oh, nope, that's fine. You aren't in someone else's known community. Yeah, no. I have too much people experience. I was gonna see if you had to tell me.
That. So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Oh, my old job. Bound battle axe. That's not too useful. None of these are useful. So my old job back in Utah was called. Basically, I'm trying to think what I can say because I don't want to like talk about my work and throw them under the bus. And after what occurred yesterday, I'm sorely disappointed in people. Oh goodness, yes. Yes. I worked a job dealing with difficult people. Basically, my job description when I worked for this particular company was a lot of it was like, this is someone important who got the CEO's email, so you need to reach out to them. So there was a lot of like that. These are important people that you have to treat with a certain level of respect and dignity, so you got like kind of used to formality. But the other good portion of it was, this person is crazy, insane, and don't know what to expect. They are at a drop of the hat type stuff. I don't agree with it either. It was very much a, and this is why I'm being careful about what I'm saying. And to clarify too, are you talking about not agreeing with what happened yesterday? Because that is to a whole new level of what I'm referring to when I'm saying the needing to treat certain important people with a level of formality. Because I don't agree that that's something that should be a thing. It was just expected of the job. Before I assume that one thing is being said in reference to that. Because I have two different changes to thought right now, and one of those is a very serious subject. Okay, yeah. So we're on, yeah. One person should not be above that. Yeah, I completely agree. And this company, how do I explain this? This company was no worse than any corporation in America, but they were a corporation in America, which comes with all of the baggage to expect with that. So they had customers that were considered higher priority and more important because of who they were. But I was in a weird, not a good fit for that job, to be honest, in terms of parts of it. They hired me for tech support and troubleshooting, which is what I was good at, and I did a really, really good job at that. And I also happened to be really good at dealing with people who were crazy. Because I used to work with people that were in, like, adults, like, crazy, I shouldn't necessarily say crazy, people with mental health disabilities that were aggressive and violent because of it. I don't like using the word crazy for that kind of people, but in the call center, that's what everyone. It's kind of a dismissive word, which is why I don't like it. But as mental health is something that needs to be addressed more seriously than it is. Anyway, not to get on a tangent from a tangent, but no, it's I got like a lot of experience. Like that. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that was a fast dead. Have y'all in the stream heard the possessed equipment story from one of my customers? Like the highlight of dealing with crazy people? She kind of gets that term because of the situation. I've shared it on stream before, but I don't know if you heard of it. Okay. We had a customer who called in, and we'll put it this way. I used to work... I don't like to talk about what the company is just because if I do, I don't want like weird backlash to happen, like it shouldn't happen, but at the same time I get overly paranoid that it might. I worked for a company that sold a variety of automation and security equipment type stuff. Cameras, light switches, stuff like that. Any kind of modern home techie stuff. And this particular customer had an issue with their camera, or one of their camera devices. And basically, the camera was supposed to have an auto record feature, and it wasn't working. It was a known issue with the software that we were working on fixing, and in certain situations it just didn't work the way it was supposed to. Because congratulations, if you make a product and you test it like 15 different times, you're never going to be able to test every environment it needs out in the field. It was one of those situations. Pretty straightforward. We were working on fixing it. It was an active patch. But this lady had called in several times, and she calls in and starts speaking to me about it. And I know it's just the issue of the camera not recording. This is a known software issue. We're working on it. It'll be fixed soon. And I start trying to explain it to the customer, and she goes, no, you're not understanding the issue. And I'm like, okay, so what's the issue, you know? Good listening says, well, what's your issue then, ma'am? Would you please mind explaining? No, it's possessed. And I pause, like, what do you mean? It's possessed. It's haunted by the spirit of my husband. And I just kind of pause, and I'm like, okay, take a step back. Okay, why don't you tell me more about what's going on here? Like, as I'm like now desperately, rapidly opening up notes on their accounts to see if we have any record of what's going on here to help guide me on this journey. She's like, yeah, no, it's possessed by my husband and his mistress. And I'm like, okay, and my mother-in-law. And so now we've gone to having 3 people possessing this random camera. And I'm like, okay, we got 3 people possessing this camera that's not recording from a known issue. And then it just kept going. It just kept going. She started explaining how the reason she needed the camera to work, or no, not the. I'll get to that one in a second. The reason that they were possessing this camera is that they were trying to convince her to go out into the middle of nowhere in Virginia to start about the apocalypse, that they were the anti-godhead, that they were like a 1,000-year-old curse and that they were demons, that that because our company hadn't taken her serious at first, now we were cursed and they were coming for us, and that we needed to be aware and like take the necessary precautions, and we needed to get ourselves a pastor to come like bless all of our equipment. Like, she just kept going on. And then she started to go, and I'm like, okay, step 1, lady's a bit not all there. That's okay, you know, we'll take this in stride. I'll let her get it out of her system. And then notate customer is in the belief that her doorbell camera is possessed. And I'm like, that's whatever it is. And then, this is about 30 minutes into the call, she starts talking about why she needed the camera to work. And she needed the camera to work because she was adamantly convinced that Puerto Ricans and other minority groups were out to get her, and went on a racist tirade for 15 minutes. And not full racist, like just as close as you could get without using slurs. And it was just 15 minutes of her not saying enough that company policy could kick in, and just being like, I'm just stuck here for this ride. And she started talking about how the previous person she'd spoken to didn't understand the issue because he had some kind of weird connection with the people who were stalking her, because he must also have been Puerto Rican. He had a Hispanic name. Absolutely not Puerto Rican. Didn't even have like the slightest accent. Kid was born and raised in America. No accent at all. Just had a Spanish name. it was just the most bizarre turn of events that I was just sitting here along for the ride for. Notated it all on their account. They're probably still a customer today. Because that's how that job worked. It was an adventure. And they were probably hold the title for my most unexpected customer tirade of rant. Like, one or the other, I'm used to one or the other, but they put both together, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do now. It's like no one's done both before. They did a little bit. I wouldn't say that they abused it. They used it, and they spammed it, and I ran out of water, and I don't want to go get more water. So hydrate got turned off temporarily. Yeah. I wouldn't quite call it abuse, but I ran out of water, and I'm lazy. Because normally, I have this full of water, which is my hydro flask, which is however much, and that was the only thing I had today. And then I'll throw this, which is 12, I think it's 2 cups, which is my goat horn thermos. And then to be even on the other safe side, I have this. If I really people use up all my hydrates. So normally I'm much more prepared. But today, I'm like, no one's been using my hydrates, I'll be fine. To just get away with the one bottle? And the answer was no. No, I wasn't. Also, as you can see, I don't use bottled waters. No shame for people who do use bottled waters. I know a lot of people on streams will have bottled waters for the hydrate. I fill mine up. It's better for the environment. I bring as much as I can. So. Simply with the old back poppy. I was going to add more on what occurred based on your crazy racist lady customer, but it's just more salt on an open wound. I mean, you can add more. Oh, it's a Talos shrine. I mean, I don't mind a little bit of salt on an open wound, if it's something to think about at least. Oh, Twitter. Yeah, I've closed my Twitter for the day. I don't need to be reminded of the Doom world. Oh. I use bottled water, but I use the same bottle whenever I drink chia seeds. That's the good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good way to use it. I'm never going to... Here's the thing. I try to live the most environmentally conscious life that I can. I use reusable bottles, I use reusable straws, I use reusable bags. Like, I try to be as environmentally conscious. I drive a Prius. As environmentally conscious as I can be. But at the same time, there's only so much a person can do, so I'm never going to shame someone for not doing as much as me, or doing what they can other ways, because I know I fail at a lot of things. Like, I take way too long showers. I know that. I'll call myself out on that. I try to be better at it, but that's the best I can do. But yeah, Twitter. I have 2 Twitters. I have 2 Twitters, actually. The one that just posts my stream stuff, which is linked here, and my other Twitter, which none of you will ever find. And I'm only bringing it up because I can. I'm a little bit tired right now. I'm gonna die again. My other Twitter is... I keep my streams family friendly. I keep my streams, or try to keep my streams non-political and stuff like that. Like, there's a little bit of political discussion and stuff like that. But I am a very... not necessarily... I wouldn't say that I'm probably more family friendly than most people IRL, but I'm also like a very political person IRL. People who know me know, but my personal Twitter is very, very political, so I keep it separate from my streams just because it's a different thing. I'm a little bit tired and oversharing. Hello, Winter Water Warmth. How are you doing? Welcome to Daffy, dying multiple times to a saber cat because he forgot to save after he killed the saber cat twice now. How are you doing today? Doing meh? You? I'd say I'm doing a little bit better than meh, but with everything going on, I think meh's probably a good thing to do. I like to say, you're allowed to have a meh day. You're allowed to not be doing your best. That's okay. No shame in that. I just hope that you can be not meh as soon as possible, whatever that means to you. Whether it's your luck turning around, whatever you need. I just hope you get there as soon as you can. That's the best I can do. Yeah. Okay, we killed it again. We're gonna save this time. Yeah, we had... Yeah. I had about the last 2 hours of my shift. Me and the other person I work with were just had it on in the background, like kind of staring amazed as all this was going down. Just like not knowing how to process it. I get frustrated because I am probably... I don't know. How far is it? Oh. I'm about a day's drive away. I thought I was closer than that. About a day's drive away. The greater Boston area of Massachusetts is where I am. So. That's a crazy turn of events. Yeah, Fallout 4 area. I'm not from the area though. I've only been here for a couple months now. I'm from Utah of all places. Otherwise known as Wannabe South. Yeah, Utah. It's a state. It is. I am from. We'll talk about this in terms of Fallout, in case you're not familiar with it. I am from the area of Fallout New Vegas. Am I Mormon? Ah, that's a good question that the world may never know. I'm not going to answer that. I can let people guess. You had to ask. No, you're good. Actually, I actually will address this. I am from Utah. I'm a family-friendly streamer. So yes, I am actually LDS. That does not in any way mean that I condone the actions of the vast majority of people who are also LDS, because I disagree with them on many everything. And that's just the thing. Like, I don't need to talk politics on chats. I am very much not what people think when you think Utah Mormon. I even drink tea. So, there's that. I'm an enigma. Just kind of born and raised that way, I guess. Probably the best way to say it. The best way to explain it. Yeah. Won't say more on stream than that, but yeah. you're a Western Canadian. There you go. Fight is not going in my favor. A little bit of shiver there. So that's British Columbia area. I have no idea about Canada. That was an entire stab in the dark, and if I am at all right, I would be impressed. I know America's geography perfectly. I know nothing about Canada. Ah, there we go. I know where Quebec is. I don't know why I know where Quebec is, but it's like the one spot on a map I can go confidently. That's Quebec. Oh, and Nova Scotia. I can point out Nova Scotia. I like how whenever someone new joins the chat, Poppy and Banana vanish. So I just had to say it after the whole entire chat conversation, guys.
You will suffer at my hand.
I didn't mean to call you out. I just couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, Poppy. I hope you can forgive me. Saskatchewan. Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. I know the name Saskatchewan. And I think I knew that it was in the vague middle area. Like, in my mind. So you are in the same time zone as my wife. My wife still lives in Utah right now. Because I'm out here. I moved out here for work, and she has not joined me yet. Hopefully soon, though. We're relocating out here because Utah's a bit of a mixed bag. Very... I try not to talk politics on stream, but I'm just going to say this one openly. Utah is very, very conservative. I am not. My family is not. I have pro-LGBT tagged in my stream for a reason. I support that community. Full rights to them. I'm not conservative. And all of Utah is, and it became very, very hard to raise a family in Utah because of that. So we've moved to Boston. It's one of the main reasons. That, and like we're big into like trying to help with climate change, and no one in Utah cares about climate change. And the state's burning on fire for half the year. So we're just like, we're done with this. We're gonna try to move out to Massachusetts. Because we'd rather be out here than there. I figure out of any day that I can talk a little bit more about it than normal. Probably today's day. Because of yesterday. Still shell-shocked. So I had to bring it up again. I think like every time we move past it, someone, either me or somebody. Yeah, no, Canadian conservative. Just like what, our Joe Biden? Anyway. I'm sorry. Oh boy, it is sleepy time. Dada doesn't hold back as much when he says opinions. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a lot of family who are proudly conservative. I will say they are good people. Like my family members, I trust them. They'll have your back. Just opinion-wise, we disagree on things, and there are certain things that they have opinion-wise that I vastly call them out for. Probably not as much as I should, because they're family, and I don't like to start crap with family, because they don't listen. But oh, he took a little bit of a dive there. I'm also going to just touch base on this, just kind of real quick, without getting into details. Just because whenever politics is mentioned in my stream, I just like to touch base with this, just to be transparent. I don't talk politics on stream mostly because it gives some people anxiety, and I don't necessarily want my stream to be about the kind of anxiety-inducing things about politics, and I don't want to start arguments and debates on streams. I'm here for fun. I'm here to have a safe place where everyone is welcome. That's why the things I genuinely mention are things like, you know, LGBT rights, yeah, I'll mention those in chats. Civil rights issues, yeah, I'll mention those, because I don't think those should be political. Wearing a mask, not political. Stuff like that, I feel shouldn't be an issue I'll bring up. But I'm just going to say this once, and I say this once whenever politics get brought up. I am left of most Democrats by American standards. And that's all I need to say on stream for now. We can talk about it more off stream, but on stream that's all I need to say for now, and I will close the book on that one before Tired to Dog gets politically ranty, because he can do that. Anyway, but Skyrim politicals, I usually side, legitimately, I usually side Empire, because I think that the Stormcloaks are a bit supremacist-y. We'll say that. However, if it was a side that I could do for the quest lines, Sheograth. Obviously. As Poppy said, cheese.
Never should have come here. And so you learn power.
Cheese is love. Cheese is life. Apparently we're taking the wooden bowl. Not what I was trying to do. I really dislike the Thalmor in this game. I actually don't mind them as much in Elder Scrolls Online, though. Because in Elder Scrolls Online, they are different. Oh.
Look out!
Oh, that's fine. Friends with them. Why am I pro-Empire? Thank you so much for the follow, Winter Water Worm. I always appreciate that. Oh, I don't know what that was. Who did I piss off? You. You're the one who pissed off. I wouldn't say... This is going to get, like, longativities of Shadaw's brain. It is not that I am pro-Empire as much as I don't think the Storm... We're talking Skyrim politics here for a second. The Stormcloaks, which are the... We should be allowed to do what we want, we should be allowed to worship this god, we should have our right to our own freedoms. That is fairly much an actual good cause. The problem is the Stormcloaks are also, we want Skyrim for the Nords and no one else, which I cannot get behind. headcanon-wise for any character I usually play. Because I always have, like, what would my character do? And none of my characters would usually be okay with that. It's just not something that I can accept. And it just rubs me the wrong way. So it's more that I'm anti-Stormcloak than I am pro-Imperial. And then there's a lot of people in the Empire, too, who I think have a much better response. Like, is it Leggett Ricky? If you go to kill her in the Stormcloak side, Leggett Ricky is, she says, like, for Talos before she goes into battle, and, like, you understand that the way that the Stormcloaks are going about the rebellion is actually hurting Skyrim and more of a power grab and a nationalist thing. Yeah. But, like, the Empire isn't necessarily good. At best, the Empire is a broken shell. I'm actually a little bit curious as to what your pro-Thalmor reasoning is. Because that is certainly a bold statement, given most people's opinions of the Thalmor. Yeah, I definitely agree you're in between the good and the bad on both sides. So yeah, and that's the thing about the Thalmor is they do view themselves as the ultimate, and that's kind of why I would consider them the most that way out of any of them. Based off of that, which the Argonians are.
Don't leave me here.
Are the Argonians
Did
on the side of
Archmage send you?
The Thalmor?
He sent you to rescue me, didn't? What? The book? Oh.
Thalmor are the High Elves,
dear.
yeah.
I shouldn't have taken. Help me get out of here, and I'll help you find them. No, it's the levers in the center there. Just make sure you don't pull the wrong one. Please, hurry. I don't... Thank you.
Anyway.
I promise I'll help. And then I'll go back to the college, and I'll beg them to let me back in. Ah, I see. Well, then I'll just stay behind you a little bit, and follow along quietly. Oh, you've saved me. Thank you so much. I promise I'll help you get out of here. Yes, the caller will have, although not interested enough to keep me from being locked up. Don't you need my help?
My knowledge about, I know they're not a fan, but I don't necessarily know that they'd be... The thing about the Argonians is I don't think they'd necessarily be a fan of the Thalmor either. Because the Argonians really don't like elves. Especially after the Dark Elves and the Dunmer enslaved them for so long. The only exception that I could see is I believe they get along decently with the Khajiit, and the Khajiit are pro-Thalmor. Because the Thalmor saved the moon for the Khajiit, and the Khajiit rely heavily on the moon. So they're kind of like indebted to the Thalmor. And the Bosmere side of the Thalmor because the elf side together. At this time period, I think Morrowind's pretty much just too fallen apart to really be on anyone's side, but it's still technically part of the Empire. It's just kind of like the Dark Elves enslaved Argonians for years.
I've got to get out of here.
So, that's kind of more what I was saying it on.
And begin.
don't know if they've ever directly said it in lore. I can't confirm that they have, but that's been like the most logical conclusion in my mind. I could also see, because the thing is basically the Empire prior to Skyrim, prior to the Aldmeri Dominion kind of rising, was literally everything. And then the Aldmeri Dominion kind of rose out of the Empire, or the Thalmor did, as it was. Back on their feet. Just like the Khajiit. Because the Khajiit are very loyal to the Thalmor. And that's kind of why I'm like, I think the Argonian, I could see them being loyal. I don't know. There's honestly, the problem is the Argonians probably have the least lore on them out of any of the races. And there's a lot of contradicting lore when it comes to Argonians. Granted, people also get in weird arguments about Argonian lore. And I support most of them. Do they have a fair amount of lore in the 4th era? Okay. I just haven't come across a lot of it. Because Dark Elves have a crap ton of lore, High Elves have a crap ton of lore. Khajiit actually have a fair bit of lore. I should put some of those in illusion. Follow the lore more. I used to be much more into it than I am like nowadays.
Why did I ever come here? Don't you need my help? Well, I'll just be on my way then. Please do be careful.
There you go.
And thank you.
There you go. There you go.
What was that?
Also half falling asleep right now, which is not helping it. Oh, how long have I been going? Egg. 2 hours and 9 minutes. Probably call it after this quest because I'm falling asleep. Conjuration build, to be honest. Like an actual sneaking build. right. I just realized that the entire time the dungeon were doing all of that crap was part of their empire. That makes sense. Like, to be honest, with the Empire backing the Dunmer, they're not necessarily good people. I don't know how to explain it. The politics of Skyrim are messy. I'll explain it that way. I would probably be more likely to side with the Stormcloaks if it wasn't just overtly racist thing. Because as much as I think the Thalmor have done some good things, they also do have their share bit of problems too. Strictly speaking, the Thalmor.
Never should have come. Do your work.
That sounds about right for the Empire. The thing is, what makes the Stormcloaks in my mind worse than the Empire is the Stormcloaks partook in, like, those Nords partook in all of the same practices with the Empire. So, like, they are as guilty as everything as the Empire did prior. However, add on to the fact that they are also not one anything in Skyrim. So when it comes to the two factions, that's the thing. The Stormcloaks aren't necessarily better, particularly Ulfric. He tried to raid, like, he kicked the native people out of Markarth and everything. That's what the Forsworn are doing. Like, if anything, I'm probably more Team Forsworn. If we're talking, like, native Skyrim factions. Sparks. It's usually worth a little bit. Here's the real question. Bosmer and Wood Elves, blah blah blah. Bosmer and Khajiit, related, yay or nay? That's the real question. That's true. I think Bosmer and I think also Khajiit potentially. That's the thing about Khajiit is they got like 2 or 3 distinct different origin stories. Because Argonians are from the histories, which gives them a pretty darn good claim. that's where things get kind of tricky, because it's like it depends on which story you do, as it were.
Fire, frost, or lightning, you will suffer at my hands. Fire to command.
You get up? Thank you. That was close. Yeah. So I personally think, and this is like my personal thought on it, I don't think the Khajiit are elves as much as I think the Bosmir are Khajiit. There's my hot take. Or at least maybe like a mix of Khajiit and our Bosmir, a little bit of both. But I always view the Khajiit and the Argonians as the more native inhabitants of it. That's the thing, is everyone has different origin stories. Like every race has their own origin story that usually puts them as the central one. So. Hello, Dorito Man Dan. You are raiding about just at the end of my stream. But hello, I always appreciate the raid anyway. Always love a good Dorito raid. I was actually literally just gonna defeat the caller.
Into my home and laid waste to my project.
And then
how nice to meet you.
Time. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it quits after beating the caller. So you did raid me kind of right towards the end, but we can probably find a good another target to keep passing everyone along. My alerts, I'm not dealing with stream rabs right now. My alerts it's given me the notifications in chat, but nothing popped up on my screen. I don't know what Streamlabs is doing. It's had a day. I've had a day. We've all had a day.
So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. That's
earlier didn't want to capture my audio. Then my alerts haven't worked all day.
You come here, kill my assistants, disrupt my work. You've annoyed me, so I don't think I'll be giving you anything.
Oh.
Are you attempting to... Well, then you won't be leaving here at all.
I don't care now. I think everybody likes anyway. This thing has like a super good check. I'm gonna die. Slap dragon skin on. Magic spells. Use the last one. Nope, I'm dead. There we go. This is why I don't normally play on expert. Apparently I'd saved holding those charged. Either way.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice to meet you.
Is it not working? I can do a shout out to Dorito. I should have done that earlier. I'm sorry, I'm half awake right now, guys. I'm gonna get Dorito his shout out. There he is. There's Dorito Mandan's shout out. Well, yeah, good night, Winter. Good, thank you for swinging by. I always appreciate it. Oh.
Names no longer matter. You may refer to me as... No. Do you have a reason? So you're just one of Arin's lackeys. You come here, Kill my assistants.
Anyway,
Disrupt
thank you for stopping
my
by, Winter. I
work.
do really appreciate it. You have a good,
You've
wonderful rest of the
annoyed
night.
me, so I don't
I
think
hope
I'll
you
be
get the
giving
rest that you
anything.
need. I hope that it goes as well as it can for tomorrow, and I hope tomorrow is a better day. For whatever it's worth, I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Just remember, real life's more important, but you're always welcome back on the streams. Anyway, I'm falling asleep, guys. I'm crashing hard. But I want to beat this person before Synapse time. Okay.
I'm afraid you don't have any. Now, you can go back to your college and leave me be, or I can kill you.
It's because I'm
Your
working a new
choice.
job, and it actually makes me wake up early in the morning and speeds the sleeps. Like, I just started working this week too, so it's like the new schedule fatigue, and my body not adjusting to it. Oh, if you could, you'll pay me in food. It's very tempting. Oh, Danny pays in Doritos. Even more tempting now. Think I can make a structurally sound house out of them? Because if so, I think we're in business. Oh, well, hello to Danny's brother.
Oh, now I'm afraid I'll allow you the opportunity to turn around. Are you attempting? Well,
Yeah,
then you
there's no way. I
won't
thought there might be a
leave
way
it
to
here
have
at
like
all.
check my way out of it. Yeah, did it go well? Did it go well for you tonight? Thank you for being the conscious, like, remembering I need to talk to people from here, Banana. Thank you. Where'd you go, caller? Nope, it's not the caller. I'm dead again. Thank you for the follow, Pinglet. I'm just gonna call you King. My mind can't process your other half of your name right now. I'm sorry. We're gonna go with King. I hope that's okay. Wood glue is strong glue.
So you're the one who barged into my home and laid waste to my projects. How nice
I don't think any
to
of you
meet
have ever seen me this tired, so I'm just gonna apologize right now. This is when the brain shuts off, and I like, lose my filter. And the question of me being a family-friendly streamer might actually happen if I get tired on streams for this long.
So you're just one of Aaron's lag.
It doesn't happen often. It's been a day. It's been a day. For a multiplicity of reasons. Just fight now. Get it over with. Let's throw dragon skin on for the extra shield. Throw that up. Healing on the other hand. Let's get fast. I need fast healing on the other hand. Yeah, I get tired. Almost got the collar down. Oh my goodness. This fight. Oh, don't you use. Only I'm allowed to use restoration magic. You've been over this. Only the protagonist can heal. Oh. Shit. No. Damn it. I hate this fight. I won't turn it off expert. I won't do it. But I get tired. It's once in a blue moon.
So you're the one who barged. How nice to meet you.
It's honestly like one of the oddly hard, because like this isn't really a, how do I put it? Like this isn't a particularly like point to have a very difficult boss fight, but they put one here. And it's one of the more like unusually difficult boss fights for where it is. Especially like at my low level where I don't have any kind of good real spells or anything like that. Like, even at a higher level of this difficulty, it'd probably be easier, even if they were stronger. But...
So you're just one of...
Okay, we're gonna grab Dragon Skin, we're gonna throw Dragon Skin on. Grab Unrelenting Force. We're gonna take this a little bit seriously, and we're gonna grab Fast Healing. I'm not shouting. Oh, now I'm shouting. There we go. The bugs. Sound. Pops. Magic potions. Stagger on. Got it. One of them. There we go. Oh, I knew to get there in the end. Should be Magic and X. I'll double check before I do any more. But yep, no Magica was right. We're good, there we go! And we got a level up from, not from the fight, but it happened to correspond at the same time as the fight. We're grabbing this because that's actually going to be helpful. Not really. This is probably a fight that most people would have breezed through super easily. It's like a little bit harder for the area because like she actually teleports around and actually does some kind of like boss fight mechanics, if that's the right way to put it. I think this like makes her difficult. She actually has some kind of mechanics, but yeah. That's just because I don't give up. That's the secret to being the best at anything in life, is just not to give up. You'll get there eventually. It might take long, it might suck. It probably will, to be honest. Life's not known for being nice at times, but you'll get there in the end. Just gotta keep trying. And once you get there, it's always gonna be worth it. Whether it's something as stupid and simple as beating a boss in a video game, or some major life thing that you've wanted forever but not been able to do. You'll get there eventually. Okay. I'm fast traveling to the college, but we are going to wrap up here because I'm seriously crashing and I need to be at work. I need to wake up for work in about 4 hours. So I'm going to take advantage of being tired to try to get those nice, sweet 4 hours of sleep. Might set my alarm and even shoot for 5. So, I'm waking up for 4. Like in 4. I don't have to be at work in 4. I don't have to be at work for like 6. But, yeah. Anyway. That is where we're going to save and wrap this up. I have work at 9 and I wake up at 7. That's what I was trying to say there. 9:30 about, but commute, so 9. Anyway, well, thank all of you for joining me. Sorry it's like a bit of a went like so sleepy stream there at the end. I just want to thank all of you for joining me. I hope it was a good stream. I enjoyed it for sure. I really enjoyed it. Made a couple new people today. That was always fun. Thank you for the raid, Dorito. You probably you're like same time zone as me, Poppy, so you probably tired too. Oh, And let's do a raid if I can. Who do we got? I got two people that I'm seeing that I know that are streaming right now. We have Cuddly Cat Dead doing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and we have Ghost Techie doing Control, which I'm not sure what that is. Who do y'all want? I'm pretty okay to options. I'm happy with rating either. Cuddly. We got a vote for Cuddly. That's kind of, I was leaning a little bit towards Cuddly. Breath of the Wild's a little bit closer to Skyrim. I don't think I've rated Cuddly in a bit, too. Cuddly sounds good. Okay, we're gonna do Cuddly. For no reason. It's okay. Alright, we're doing a Cuddly raid. I just want to thank all of you one last time for joining me in the stream today. Sorry I'm so a little tired and loopy right now. I do appreciate it. I will be streaming daily again moving forward. Not this late. This is a little bit later than what I tend to do. But thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you get the rest you need. I hope tomorrow's a great day. Just remember, real life is probably more important, but you're always welcome back to my streams. I love all of you. Let's go share some of that love to Cuddly. Bye.